You see it described a lot of different ways in the literature. Another common way is kind of three intersecting circles where, if you have an environmental problem and you don't consider the economic or social ramifications, you can't really solve that problem very well if you isolate yourself from those other factors. Right. Vice versa, if you have an economic problem, it could be driven not by changing the economics, but by considering what are the environmental conditions and social conditions. So by considering all those things, then you kind of get the complete picture. And if you don't consider those things, you're going to miss the complete picture. So in our field in engineering, where we're adapting technology to solve a problem, we have these three areas: the environmental area, the economic considerations, the social considerations, that we have to consider if if you picture the center of those circles, if we're going to hit a bullseye in terms of the technology that we're trying to adapt or implement, it's got to be in the center. We've got to measure and weigh all those considerations. Because if we don't, the technology by itself is, going to go the way of the Betamax tape. A great technology, but something nobody really ever wanted.
Right.
So our goal is to try and balance those things in the design process and in our program. My colleagues and I are actually writing a textbook, or hoping to write a textbook on this, because I don't know of any other undergraduate programs taking this particular approach. I think there are several professors who are doing this on kind of an individual basis, but not really across the nation yet. And the reason I know that is because I've been waiting for this textbook to be written by someone else for many years,
Right.
and no one else has done it for us. Our hope in doing international projects is to begin to understand conceptually, what do I need to be aware of that I don't know going in? And a lot of times that's more obvious for working in a completely different culture than a culture that's close to the one you're used to working in, but slightly different. Yeah. And those slight differences have been the challenges in my own career, in my own projects that haven't succeeded as well as I would have liked them to. Mm-hmm. Failed is another word. It's been because I haven't taken into account those small cultural differences. I just focused primarily on the science and math, which all made sense to me. And I thought as an engineer it should make sense to everyone. But the truth is, as engineers, we don't always communicate that so well. And if we don't take into account those cultural differences, economic concerns, our projects won't succeed, and we won't be successful engineers.